Hey y'all, it's Brandon with Voodoo Forge, and I'm home. I know a lot of y'all didn't even realize I was gone, which is normal, but let me walk you through the way my yearly schedule normally rolls out. I'll start in the spring. In the spring, I have a few shows. Well, I have several shows in April and May. They're usually small arts and crafts show type things, and they're local. You know, I'm home every night. I have a big show at the end of the summer. I do the 127 sale, which runs from Alabama to Michigan. And but it's where I set up at it. I set up around Clarksville or Clark Range, and I'm home in my bed every night. Fall, you know, October, September, October, I have shows almost every weekend, but I'm home every night. Well, then you get to November, December, January, and February. November, January, and February, I do a show in Atlanta and a show in Florida, all three of those months. So I'm gone for 2 weeks. And then, you know, my respite between November and the January show is December, which is you get no rest because it's Christmas orders, because nobody orders Christmas stuff until the last minute. So but I'm just coming off of that. I just got back from my third big trip of the year, or not of the year, but of what I consider my season. And I'm home. Got home yesterday. I was in South Georgia yesterday morning, and now I'm back in Tennessee. So that's a good thing. Now, this is the first year that Jewel has gone with me to these shows, and it has been an enormous help. Not just her actually helping, just having her there. We had a lot of fun. It made it a little lighter, you know, and I didn't, you know, have to miss my whole family. But it's still, you know, just being gone that amount of time, the older I get, the more I miss, you know, Cindy, and I miss Etta and everything going on, and I don't like the burden that it puts on them, having to deal with all the animals and everything on our place. So it's really nice to be home, and I'm really trying to, you know, figure out how to do this better in the future. Because, you know, when we're doing a show, we're out there to make money. So we're not, you know, it's not a vacation. Yeah, I'm sleeping on a cot or an air mattress. We're sleeping in a tent. We're just busting it to be there as cheaply as possible so we can make as much money as possible. So anyway, like I said, I'm home. First thing, as I've gotten here, the first thing I've got to do is get my shop clean. It hadn't had proper attention in a while. I've got some shop projects that I have to get on that I've been just kind of had to sit on the back burner. So clean the shop, number one. Clean my area. I got to go through a bunch of scrap, stuff like that. Not fun stuff, just stuff that has to be done. After I get the shop straight, I have got to get unloaded. I've got to get everything unloaded. That's all my displays, all my product, tents, everything I take. You know, and there's, you know, when you're doing stuff like this, there's just so many million little things that you have to have that it's best just to have them just for that show. So I've got to get all that straightened up, cleaned up, make sure I've got everything for the next time, and put it up. Now, product, what I do with it is, right now, this is the time of year where I go through everything I've got and refinish it. If it's gotten beat up and got a little rust on it, this is when that gets cleaned, and go through everything, see what I need to make a bunch more of so I can have inventory at a comfortable level for when spring gets here. So, you know, that's going on. My displays, they have to be cleaned before I put them up. You know, it's been terribly wet and hard on all of them, so I've got to get them cleaned good and sanded and everything. So that's what's probably going to mostly be going on this week. Now this go around, while we were gone, this massive storm came through up here in Tennessee. And I mean, I'm sure you've heard of it or experienced it, but Cindy and Etta got hit with an ice storm, which was heavy enough ice that it started crashing trees and tree limbs, and then got several inches of snow on top of that. Now I know there's people up north who are, you know, like, oh, it's no big deal. Well, we're not equipped to handle that here. You know, we were never in any danger, but you know, Cindy was trapped at the house pretty much the whole time, because while our main interstates and highways and all of that'll get clear, our side roads, and definitely the road we live on, yeah, you just got to wait for it to melt. But it's all melted now. The ground is like a swamp, and it's warm here now, but we've got a lot of trees to get cut up, a lot of catch up to do here. I mean, when you're gone for half a month, there's usually stuff that is falling behind when you get home. So add to it the ice storm, and yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do around the place. Another thing going on is I've started to have some back pain issues, and I have discovered that the reason for this is probably that I have gotten fat. I used to not always be fat. I used to look like this. So now, utilizing the secret techniques of diet and exercise, I've got to lose the extra person that I'm hauling around with me. So, you know, that's something I'm going to be working on. It's going to be a personal journey, I suppose. But I've got that going on. I am well aware that I haven't had as much content up recently. I apologize for that. I should be able to start putting some stuff up pretty quick. I've got a lot of footage of our last trip. Make a couple of videos out of that, and then get back into some shop stuff. I'll tell you one thing that's going to be going on is it started in the fall cleaning up around our fire pit, and got it cleaned up pretty good. But there's a bunch of projects for down here, and I plan on making a little video series about some of the stuff I'm forging for this, and so that'll be fun. But anyway, like I said, I apologize for the lack of content lately. Hope everybody's doing okay. I hope the storms that we had in the last couple of weeks, I hope anybody affected is doing okay and making it. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll see y'all with something fairly soon, and y'all behave yourselves.